Hello everyone, welcome back to Winter 89 Colors. I am back once again. I wanted to share part of my collection with you. I've noticed recently that after watching some videos of you guys and your collections that my collection is significantly smaller than so many of yours. Everyone around me keeps telling me, again, they're non-arties or non-colorists, but everyone around me keeps thinking that I have the world's biggest collection of coloring books, but compared to a lot of you guys, I really don't. I have very few, in fact, so this is kind of funny to me. But anyways, I thought today I would share with you my collection of Amazon printed books. As you can see, Matchstick Mouse sits at the top. I've only got one of him, which of course is utterly shameful. However, you know, I have to deal with what I've got. So all of these books I basically got, well, aside from two of them, I got based on recommendations from all you other colorists on YouTube. I've been watching your flip throughs, I've been watching your color alongs, all these kinds of things, and you all seem to have a love for these Amazon printed books. So let's see what I've got. I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 of them all together, which to me seems like a lot, but compared to some of you guys, it's very, very small. So anyways, this shouldn't take too long based on that. So I will get us started with this stack. Pardon me, I'm just gonna move my chair here. There we have it. All right, so I'll start with Matchstick Mouse, the summer coloring book. I don't know why I picked this one when I bought it. I think because it was moving into summertime when I did buy it. I gotta start dating my books as to when I buy them. That would make my life a lot easier. But anyways, I'll start doing that now. So summertime, I believe I've only done one picture in here. I do love this book. It's very simple, very cute. Some of the pictures are just a bit repetitive because it is summertime and there aren't like a whole ton of really incredible different things going on, but some of them are so cute, like this one here, that raft, absolutely adorable. That seagull too, I love it. But they are nice to just get a quick little color in. The one that I did do in here, let me see if I can find it here. There we are. So the one that I did do in here, as you can probably tell, let me zoom in a little bit. There we are. So I did date this one actually, so that's exciting. I don't normally date them, but I did there. Sorry about the shadows again. I'm not working with great lighting right now again. But this is this little one on the mountaintop, and I did it very simply. I used only alcohol marker. There's absolutely nothing else on here, just the Ohuhu set, the Honolulu set. I believe it is the 260 or whatever it is. I don't remember. Anyway, so I just did this sitting around the coffee table, talking with my roommates one morning after doing some therapy. So I just kind of wanted to relax, chill out, not be too distracted, but I really like the way it turned out. I like the way that the shadowing turned out. Here, let me just bring you in just even a little further. Yeah, I like the way that all the shadowing turned out, even on his little tail and on the mountain. You can see it, you know, it reflects where he's standing and all this. So again, I didn't do much with the background. I just kind of left it blank. I did put a protector sheet. As you can see, nothing went through, so that's good. But yeah, that's the only Matchstick Mouse piece that I've actually done. So, you know, shame on me. I'm sure I will be doing more as time goes along. So that's Matchstick Mouse by Morgan O'Brien. Next, we have Chris Rainiak's Morning Scribbles coloring book. This is the original Morning Scribbles, the first one, I believe. And again, I have not done a ton in this one either. Again, I find this image is very simple, easy to color, and I've kind of just maintained my coloring strategy based on that. I love these little guys. I think they're so cute. Look at their little faces. Oh my goodness. I love them, but sometimes I don't know what to do with them because they are so simple. I feel like it's going to take me only half a second to color them, and that feels like a bit of a waste. Little bird. Oh, look at his face. He's so happy. Yeah, I love these guys. So here's one I did do. Again, based with alcohol marker. And I mean, since Chris himself provided so much of the shading, I didn't do a ton of that. I added a little bit of extra color using some gel pens, probably some Papermate Flare metallics. And as you can see, I've added some glitter glue to his little eyes here to give us that little bit of wondrous shine. He's so excited to have found this beautiful little bug, and that's his new friend, so that's really adorable. I don't think I've done any more in here. Let me just double check though. I didn't think to mark these because, I don't know, I like flipping through them anyways, so if you want to flip through them with me, I'm cool with that. Nope, that's about it. So I've just done that one. I've got lots to work on in here, so hence another reason I don't have a ton of Amazon books is because I still have lots to work with in the books that I already have. So that's Morning Scribbles by Chris Rediak. Next, I have Broken Circles by Tabitha Barnett. This book really intrigued me when I first saw it. I believe I saw it on Disney Meg's coloring, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, tea-sip time. Okay. I believe it was Disney Meg's, and then of course a few other people. So I was really intrigued by it. Once I actually purchased it, I wasn't sure about it. I wasn't sure if I liked the drawing style, but nevertheless, I worked with it anyways and kind of did it. And, it's still fun. Again, very simple. So it's obviously got the black back half and the white front half. I don't know why they chose to do it that way. It's still a little repetitive for my taste, but I don't mind. I mean, I can always paint the background black, or I can add some things that'll stand out on black to change the background if I want to, but that's that. I believe I've done one in the black section, yes. So I did this one. It's still marked as a whip. I think I could add a little bit more detailing to this if I wanted to. Zoom in a little bit. So the base for it is all very cheap watercolor. I just went to town with the watercolor and just kind of washed it on, if you know what I mean, because it's so cheap, it doesn't really flow the way a watercolor should. So I kind of just stacked it up and all that. I've got clear Jelly Roll and these little guys here, clear Stardust, should I say. And then I've got Jelly Roll Metallics for all these little gold accents you can see. The dots are white Posca with a little bit of Stardust Jelly Roll once again. You can hear the paper. She's a little crinkly because of those watercolors. But yeah, I could probably come back and do a little bit more detail on this, but I'm really not sure if I will or if I'll just leave it the way it is, because it's just cute and fun and simple. And then I did this one. This one was the first one I did in here. And it's obviously the Alice in Wonderland theme, and that's always really fun because you can really, go the distance with that kind of theme. You can really change it up and add some embellishments. As you can see, embellishments galore here. So I've got a base of alcohol marker, Ohuhu again. I only own Ohuhu alcohol markers, so for the record, if I ever forget to say what alcohol markers, it's always going to be Ohuhu. And then on top of that, I've got Artex pencils. I do have the 126 set of those. And then on top of that is all the glitter I could find. So I've got, I believe that's Deco Art up here. Hold on. Let me just check and see if I can see. Yeah, absolutely. It's Deco Art Glamour Dust. So I put that over top of the alcohol marker and pencil. You can see the pencil shading in there a little bit, and you can see how glittery that is. I've got Jelly Roll Metallic there for that Drink Me potion. Again, it's a little bit hard to see in this lighting. I've got one of my favorites right here on the Mad Hatter's hat here. That's the Glitterific Fine by Folk Art. And that's on there. And I've got a little bit of, on the suit here, you can see that that's pearlescent, or iridescent, should I say. And I believe that is, nope, not that one. This one here. I don't know how to say that name, but it's the iridescent acrylic, the emerald green flash, if I'm not mistaken. So that's really fun. I've also got a Deco Art Glamour Dust in red on the Red Queen here. I've got, again, Oh, that one. That's different. That is, I haven't used that one in a while. Sorry, I haven't used that one in a while, and that's the Folk Art Dragonfly Glaze. And that's in Gold, Red, Violet Shift. Very nice. I do like that one. I should use it more because I forget about it a lot of the time. And then, of course, I've got some Jelly Roll Metallic and probably some other stuff in here that I can't see. Look at the little butterfly, all glittery. Yeah. So it was fun. Yeah, and I haven't done anything else in there. Again, lots to work on when the time comes. So that was Broken Circles by Tabitha Barnett. The next one I have is Gnome Sweet Gnome. Once again, I've seen this on so many flip throughs, so many color alongs. Again, Disney Makes Coloring, Christina's Art Corner, etc. I've seen this so many times, and it's so cute, and I love it. It's a lot more intimidating in person than when I first looked at it online. I didn't realize how much detail was involved in it, but I will get around to it. It is currently untouched. I haven't yet done anything with it, but I'm sure I will soon. I just find that there's not a ton of fall pictures in here, and right now it is the fall season, so I will probably get around to this a little bit more as I see more of the seasons popping up in here. I am a little bit of a seasonal colorist. And that's Gnome Sweet Gnome by Creative Haven, illustrated by Teresa Goodrich. And finally, what you've all been waiting for, I'm sure, I have my Camellia Angelkova collection. So I do have 2, 4, 6, 7 of her books all together. So I'll do all those next. So first, we're starting off with 50 Jungle Miniatures. This was the third book I ever got by her. But I enjoy it so much. I really played around with it. It's where I first started using alcohol markers because I saw so many people basing with it in here. And so I bought my set of Ohuhus and I started going to town in this. So, still lots to work in though. So maybe if anybody wants to do a color along in here or a buddy color or anything like that, I'd be very interested in any of these books. Actually, any of the books I've shown you, color along, buddy colors, you know, send me a message on Instagram or here on YouTube. Yeah, so this is one I did. This one I'm not super happy with. I didn't really like the way it turned out. I experimented with doing the outlining technique, which looks okay. The background is oil pastel. I used mineral spirits again to sort of thin it out and make it not so bulky looking. So I used that to thin it out and work it kind of like a watercolor. It's based in alcohol marker. Some of the shading is done in alcohol marker as well, but it didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to. I kind of messed it up like in this area. So I ended up using pencils a little bit to try and fix it, but it just really didn't turn out the way I was hoping. So I just finished it off real quick, put some glitter on the door handle and some Jelly Roll gold. Not just the gold, but the, what is it here? You know, the Sakura Gold shifting pen. So if you look really closely, you probably can't see it on camera, but if you look really closely, you can see that the undertone is not straight gold. It's got that kind of purple tone to the undertone. So that's kind of interesting. And then I just put some washi tape around the border just to finish it off. And it's got a gold sheen to it as well. And then I just let well enough alone. Not my best work, but it's all right. This one, on the other hand, turned out spectacularly. I've got soft pastel in the background, just the classic old school gallery, you know, soft pastels. I've just got the 24 set, reasonably well used, as you can see. I tend to use the scrape method, so I tend to like pick them up, use an X-Acto knife and scrape off the edges of it so that I can move it around. But I think in this instance, because I was still fairly new to using them, I actually drew using the pastels this like inner part and, you know, tried to mix it from there. Turned out okay, not awful, but I've improved since then, I'm quite certain. But this was based with Ohuhu's. It was then all the shading and everything was done with Prismacolor. Accents in all of the previous items that I've shown you. I think this was just gold paint, actually. I think this was the Treasures gold paint. If I'm not, sorry, hold on. I should have all these things pulled out ahead of time. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, I should have all these things pulled out ahead of time, but I don't. But this is what I used for that, the Folk Art Treasured Gold. And then, of course, I have the Glitterific. I believe that these were Jelly Roll White. And then I've just got that color shifting paint, you know, all that kind of stuff. But I really like the way that they turned out. Here, I'll give you a little bit of a closer look. You can see that there's all this little bit of shine. It's not quite that shiny in person. It's just, I think, because of the, I used an acrylic spray on top to just kind of seal it so it looks even more shiny than it is, but I think that works out pretty well. Yeah, so that's nice. Next is this one. Again, another kind of experiment. I used a yellow iridescent paint in the same kind as I showed you earlier, that green one. This was a yellow one instead. Again, based in alcohol marker, shaded in pencil. I'm not sure what pencil. It would either be Artex or Prisma, I believe. And then it's got all the same embellishments, except here I created my own glitter glue using, you know, clear glue and just loose glitter. I just wanted to see how it would work out. I also blocked off the borders and painted that black with acrylic. And of course I've got Posca, jelly rolls, all that kind of stuff. The one mistake I made, you'll see here, I accidentally used the background paint instead of the snake paint, which is just ever so slightly different in shade. So, but that's okay. You can't really notice unless you point it out. Sorry about the shaky cam. I'll bring it up so you can see it. Lots of glitter though, lots of iridescence. All right, moving on. Here we go for this one. Again, based in alcohol marker. The background is also the Ohuhu alcohol marker. I just used a circle stencil. So I've just got one of these dudes, Artist Loft, just a cheap little thing, and I just traced using the alcohol markers and made this kind of almost a bokeh background kind of thing. I like the way their eyes turned out, very shiny. It's kind of hard to see, but they shaded quite nice. They're nice and glittery. Again, I'm not going to keep repeating all the things. It's all the same stuff from before. If you have any questions, you can ask. A little bit of pencil in the banana for shading. I believe I did this with Crayola pencils, actually, the shading there. So that's interesting. This book belongs to, again, a bit of experimentation, but still turned out good. Alcohol marker base, Crayola shading, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Crayola pencil shading, Gallery Soft Pastel, Glamour Dust, Elmer's Glue for the glitter here. All the same stuff. But the only thing that's different here is I've got some stamping ink that I used to do this leopard print. You can see the washi tape as well, but I got this leopard print here in a stencil, and I just used some gray stamping ink to do that. So bring it up for you so you can see. Yeah, the glitter is fun, isn't it? And that's that. And that is 50 Jungle Miniatures by Camellia Angel Kova. Next we have 50 Halloween fairy houses. So I have been doing a fair amount of work in this book as it is the season, as you may be well aware. So this has been getting a lot of attention from me recently. So hold on to your pants, folks. We got a few in here. Oh, I love this one. Again, all based in alcohol marker. Almost entirely done in alcohol marker, actually. These little bees are so cute. They're boo bees. Get it? Boo bees? Yeah, anyway. Aha, great job. All right, so we've got alcohol marker, and then we've got just some white jelly roll. I've got some clear jelly roll, stardust, and that's pretty much it. Just a simple little page of bees. A little bit of shading with the alcohol markers. Turned out really simple, but nice. There we go. This was another experiment. Didn't go great, but also could have been worse. I did this one using Crayola crayons, the original old school Crayola crayons. I also used mineral spirits to, create that burnished effect. I didn't like the way it always left gapping in the page, so I decided to use the mineral spirits to smoosh it around and blend it a little bit so that it would actually look a bit more finished. It still doesn't look super. Not an experiment I think I'll repeat again, but it was worth it to just give it a go and see what happened. This one was done with cheap watercolor paints again. I based it all in those cheap watercolor paints. Again, it looks more like gouache than it does watercolor paint, doesn't it? But then you did a little bit of shading using Artex just to kind of give a little more dimension to some places. Jelly roll, all those stars and everything, all that metallic is all jelly roll metallic. But otherwise, it's mostly just paint. And the outside is silver metallic watercolor, actually. Really cheap stuff, nothing crazy, but it worked out. I like the pumpkin. I think he turned out quite nice. Yeah, he's a lovely little guy. Oh, and I used Posca black to outline everything again once I painted over it, because obviously the paint disappeared, or the lines disappeared underneath all of that watercolor. The page isn't as crinkly as I would have thought based on that. Again, based in alcohol marker, a little tiny bit of shading using Crayolas. All the same glitters that I've always had, that I've been saying over and over again. You can see that dragonfly glaze on the moon. Oh, there's the cat. Very fun. Very simple. This one was done in metallic watercolor. Or no, I apologize. That is in the iridescent acrylic paints. So I'll bring this up so you can see it. It's all iridescent acrylic paints and then Posca outline. I didn't really do much shading because I thought that the iridescent acrylics would be enough. The only thing I did was the little candle flames in pencil. Yeah, it's all just iridescent acrylic paint. A little crinkly. I don't mind that crinkle. It's very satisfying to me. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it works for me. Again, not one of my favorites. Alcohol marker base, as you can see. I guess I haven't really been showing the alcohol marker backs. I'm sorry about that, guys. Again, a little bit of shading here and there with different things, pencils and markers. All the same embellishments. Again, I'm not going to go through the list. You know by now, if you're still here. Fun, fun, fun. This is a little bit of glitter glue on here, actually. I'll bring this up. There you go. Glitter glue. Same thing as the last page. I think I did these really close together in time. Ooh, love this one. So the background is soft pastel. I used brushes and Q-tips to make sure that I got that nice gradient fade. I used the cheap watercolors again to base the rest of it, except for the candle, which is done in pencil. And of course, I actually made my own glitter glue using loose glitter and glue for all those sparkly bits. That web is something, eh? But you can see, sorry about bumping there. You can see the candle is pencil. Look at all that glitter. Super fun. Much more autumny feeling, a little less Halloween. Somehow I managed to make it a little less Halloween despite the fact that it's super Halloweeny. I've got gold paint in the background here. This one is actually Amsterdam acrylic in light gold. The rest is all based with Ohuhus. And then we've got just glitter glue and all kinds of different, all the same embellishments as I always talk about. Super fun. Never really finished this one. I don't know, never did any shading or anything with it. I don't know why. Guess it just didn't catch my eye too much, but. And this was the first one I ever did in here. The first time I used my alcohol markers. Again, it's got a few little embellishments, but I was mostly focusing on the marker. As you can see, I didn't really have the blending down just yet at this time. But it's getting there. The stem you can see there is in pencil. And then I did this one. Kind of like this one. Again, all alcohol with just a few little shimmery embellishments on the eyes and the trees there, and then black iridescent acrylic on the outside border there. So that is 50 Halloween Fairy Houses by Camelia Angelkova. Next, I have 50 Winter and Christmas Fairy Houses. Same author. Haven't done a ton in here. Just got this guy. Alcohol background, alcohol this little bulb, and this pine cone. These leaves, this decoration, the bridge, and the door here are all done with, I believe it was Artex pencils. 'Twas a while ago, so I'm not 100% certain, but this is an old one. I finished up the alcohol marker more recently, but I did all the pencil work a long time ago, back before I even really understood who Camelia was. I just picked this at random off of Amazon one time because I wanted a coloring book, and it was Christmas. So this one, the background there is watercolor pencil, Prismacolor watercolor pencil. That was probably the first time I'd ever used it, so it's a little messy, but it works. Again, alcohol marker base with all kinds of embellishments, a little bit of pencil, glitter galore. Again, just a really simple, fun page. Hopefully I'll get more work done in this coming up in the Christmas season. This one was all done with Amazon Basics pencils. I had a set, but I gave them away to a coworker of mine who had kids. I don't know why. Because I just wasn't enjoying them at the time. I've heard good things about them though. Maybe I have to try them on a different paper or something, but I don't like how scratchy they look on this paper. I don't know if you can see, but it looks really scratchy. Maybe I just wasn't using them right. I don't know. Still, this turned out okay. Again, I think this was Amazon Basics pencils. Again, very old, from last year at least, if not further back. Same here. Nothing special, Amazon Basics pencils. And I think this was Crayola pencils. There's that. And my final 4 books, I'm going to do them all together because they are all completely 100% untouched. So I just got the 50 Autumn Miniatures, and I keep looking at it and keep wanting to do it, but I'm having a hard time getting started. I think because I love it so much, I'm just having a hard time breaching that gap. 50 Safari Miniatures, again, same problem. Love it so much that I'm like, I don't even know where to start. Haven't touched it. Prehistoric, same explanation. Absolutely love it. And then I've got 50 Springtime Mandalas. I guess my explanation for this one is it's not spring. Haven't started it, haven't touched it. I'll probably give that one a go after Christmas. But that is it, folks. That is all of my, that is definitely all of the Amazon printed books that I own. So I appreciate you staying this far. If you had a chance to come and see everything that I've worked on in here. Again, if you want to do any kind of buddy color or color along, or if you want to ask me any questions, I'm open to that. So thanks for sticking around, and hopefully I will see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye now.